with a clear lens through which we can assess our policies, strengthen our institutions, and accelerate the structural reforms to place Ghana on a more sustainable path to step up massive development of our beloved country. Despite these challenges, Ghana remains one of the fastest growing economies in the sub-Saharan Africa. Our democratic stability, coupled with a youthful and enterprising population, positions us uniquely to achieve sustainable development. In the last few years, key sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and digital services have seen growth, while others like oil and gas have fluctuated in the response to global markets. However, there is hope and opportunities abound to revamp our economy. One of the major opportunities lies in diversifying our economy. For far too long, our economy has been heavily reliant on commodities such as gold and cocoa. While these resources have been the backbone of our revenue generation, they are subject to global market volatilities. It is therefore critical that we explore alternative sectors such as agribusiness, technology, tourism, and renewable energy, among others. These sectors not only promise to create jobs for the teeming youth, but also to contribute significantly to the teeming youth, but also to sustainable economic growth. Another key area for growth is niched in regional integration. With the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, headquarters situated here in Accra, Ghana provides an enormous opportunity to expand our trade horizon beyond traditional partners and tap into a broader African market of over 1.2 billion people. The potential for boosting intra-African trade is immense, and we must strategically position ourselves to take advantage of this opportunity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as a government, we have a fundamental role to play in creating a conducive environment for economic activities to thrive. Over the years, several interventions have been implemented to stimulate growth and ensure economic stability. The Planting for Food and Jobs program, One District, One Factory initiative, and other social interventions are aimed at enhancing productivity, reducing unemployment, and increasing exports. These programs are already yielding results, but we must continue to evaluate and refine them to ensure that they are serving their intended purposes. Another area of focus is improving the ease of doing business in Ghana. This means reducing bureaucratic bottlenecks, enhancing transparency, and ensuring that policies are predictable. A strong and efficient regulatory framework will encourage both local and foreign investments, leading to job creation and overall economic expansion. While the future holds great promise, it is crucial to acknowledge the economic hurdles that we must overcome. Rising inflation has affected the purchasing power of citizens, making the cost of living higher than ever before. The depreciation of the cedi continues to be a concern, not only for the government, but also for businesses, especially those involved in imports. Additionally, our public debt levels have risen sharply, threatening our fiscal sustainability. As government, we are committed to addressing these challenges head-on. Through prudent fiscal management, targeted investments in infrastructure, and renewed focus on industrialization, we believe we can steer the economy back on track. However, it is imperative that all stakeholders, that is government, private sector, and civil society, work together to ensure the success of our collective efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, to our business leaders, I encourage you to continue investing in this economy. Your entrepreneurial spirit is what drives growth, and your innovations are what will shape the future. To our economists and financial experts, I wish to respectfully implore you to continue providing advice and policy recommendations that will help guide this country through these turbulent times. To the students and young professionals in the audience, you represent the future of this very country. Your energy, skills, and ideas are critical to driving the next wave of economic transformation of our beloved nation. In conclusion, I wish to submit that the Ghanaian economy, though facing challenges, is not without hope. We have resources, both human and natural, to overcome these challenges and emerge stronger. The road ahead may not be easy, but with collective effort, discipline, with high sense of commitment and strategic planning, we will succeed in building a prosperous, equitable, and resilient economy. It is possible. Thank you for your audience, and may God bless you and I. Mabusia for my trouble for 10 do be crackers and yamin samurai baby crab ye na ye. I said the yen na ye no it takes two to tango. Medica crabba now so the crabba na ye kwa no. Mitri ya Dr. Tim Chen. I had opportunity to sit in between doctors. It's a very enviable degree for about 7 years. My ya minueda. Nti ahomachi ya na me send a message my supervisor say when I've only up to this October. After October there's no need say me ba be say me free work bia no na me tim ho kan wura kopem say bobo 7 December elections no kepo so means ho. Nti from now akadien me wie bibia akadien correction no nyanwe ya na busuafo be ye nkrata we mu nyina ne ade nyina na me whisper the years of doctor offering cramba, you know. Na me catch and say, doctor, the whole Ghana, when we talk about cashew, a Bono region. And so Bono is cashew and cashew is Bono. Sana the whole Ghana, you can't pottery pa. We ye from man son a crack, a winnie bahoba be baba, abba. But the number of players in the pottery industry, I walk Bono Hano, and ya don't be now fire mainstream bakokra dia media say efie bia mu every Tom, Dick and Harry in that district no a poultry and ama no nsa ekona no na me kan is me kan see say e Doma Central and Doma West and Doma East na ye ka cashew so dia na ye say almost all the 12 districts that makes Bono region no baby biara cashew edi akotene wom na me ka say cashew edi akotene nyina no ye ka cashew ya nyema mienu na wo cashew yi ho ye wo the apple part of the cashew and ye wo the bean no the bean na ye cashew na ye bo e de ye niema no na ano na bonifa na apple no a bi so ye twe juice every mu no na ni mpanyifo bebrehia na ye ka say sa apple part no a ye te a ye totwene e wo wira mu ho no ye woni ma be ba ko be nso a betimi de san apple ya ye na so bepem ne ya me no ka say ye a cashew adu be vie be du no kwa aduonu e ho nsam e wo bro mantem ha yi ye da so totwene nti ye sika ye chibramo kasa ye economy na nka ye chibramo kasa e ma ye gina ye yie no e no na ye huri totwene no nti Ghana dache e na ye huri no ya to na hugya no nti die ne be ye afa ho nti mpanyifo a mo ka bi ewo mu itraye academia mo ba mu nti die ne ye cashew yi as an industry ya bunu ye betimi di ayo. I'm not proud to be na ya asefon say be kan say bunu mantam as we speak we have only one factory na no kra Tom Brown na woye na the residue ni bi a supply am ye de akoye malt and Guinness e wo Kumase na die na see enkwan say academia research officers were around. I mean when I say research officers, not political research officers and mom researchers as doctors in academia say you bet to me dey near me adandan yani na yeso enya factory ni bo ha na bi so be fa ne ma ha koton yeso enya bie ade abo e ho bra sanya papa ya o Tom Brown e wa Alaska ho ya na nke ye kwa na say ye bai na ye ni bro mantem and bro is at a new region ayetete region no ebia, which is over 60 years. We don't have one factory. Enti adwumayefo ku ahodo, a teacher form mpanyimfo, businessmen and women, asukufo, ene ya research bebrebe no. Ibetimi akaye ho abom. Saba akofo wiere duru a yesi egu. Na me say ye kan ho bobo ibetimi asomutwe ama yan industry no as cashew no. Yetimi adane na adandan mu ama ba ye industry. After school feeding ya ye. And sometimes they take drinks and then obia ya no I drink no they share the bag will not go school. Na cashew ye chum juice na. You bet me that drink e dey amaye mai. Ye chum juice na wie no residue no. My friend say wo wi a emu ina homa no ye ka bom a it when the poultry feed. E ma no eye ye keka na mabom ye poultry feed ma no ye. It when the mpreko feed e ma no ye ye. E die na ye afa ho. Na say the be beto atwene. Sabi bi kro ye yetimi atwe alcohol afrim. Ti betimi nya spirit e dia serve ye in hospitals and as health facilities. Yetimi so nya alcohol e dia ye di ade di alcohol ye bia no yetimi so e di bi ayo amna ye. Enre ye COVID-19 busuefo bedan ye. Na pese ye hand sanitizers yi. For ne ekosre me ka the first time I was MC. Me throw letter SID a kire e call New Month. E bia nna ye be fi mi a. Now so nanke e wakasu nanke e chimu juice na alcohol no let me dan ani e de yes hand sanitizers bi e ma ne yi. Sanitizers is not only meant for COVID-19 but for many other things. Nti alcohol no kwampo ne ye twe yentimi mfa mo ye ho bra awo ye bromanta ma surplus no ye mfa supply other regions ana say ye kwa other regions to go and look for other things no and also will also come around here to also take our alcohol. And nti emra na nie achia mpanyimfo se emu ye no ye se ehia bebo nyina achia mpo asabra emu ye wetimi asa kan sie ni mpo abukura etimi kasie ni ma no ye yie. So this is the time now we school near I think we write so many things and do many researches and write so many theses here and there. I don't think even if you find yourself you find yourself in the health industry I think as much as we also need the alcohol to use in the hospitals, we can also do that research there and see how, because at the end of the day, it's also going to help the health facility. And it yakanyina. Mijiri sempanyi fo bebre ombeka. Ti dia kana ibeja wa hanom se. Meda wase say ye frɛ chani ya chede na so yaba na yaba betie. Mijiri say at the end of the day, the esu bia no. We boy ho bra ama oman akɔnanim. Onyame hira ye. Onka ye ho ne de be bia no. Eye nkoso emfa man ye bebre. Meda wase. Nyame hira mo.
Another round of applause for the minister. Let me be a bit autocratic today. Prof, I think looking at a deeper appreciation of the economic situation, we have to add her to the team so that we can take her to either Tamale or Kuforidia next week. All right, I was a 40 and then menya yempeni for a 9 title for my bing. Omoche adie wo universities across the country na ye wo homeboy baako e wa se no mo Dr. Emmanuel Pokumafo wo ye lecturer Department of Entrepreneurship and Business Sciences University of Energy and Natural Resources Sunyane. Can you with us please? Then we have regular panel member, Dr. George Domfe, Development Economist, Senior Research Fellow, Center for Social Policy Studies, University of Ghana, Legon. Doc was a homeboy with here. And then Dr. Frank Bano, lecturer, Gempa, and head of research, Dankwa Institute, Accra. Doc. And then, of course, Professor Isaac Boedi, Dean, Faculty of Accounting and Finance, UPSC. Ebusa from Pacho, more fast like a same man in penny free. You know, my crack, Kukumasa, Kuini Banasa, no maba. Yes. Now, your best start, Regional Minister Catcher me say, in the maybe Brewery, now, but no person channel me in a quaba, and Salako Shom Noasa, Baga cry. So, for a radio, Tabeniambra. All right, into your better Regional Minister, quite a bright friend. Dr. George Domfe, now our Betiano, you will see Penania de Conatos. But a round of applause for Dr. George Domfe, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, and sorry for keeping you waiting. Some of us have been here for long and others just joined us. Yeah, but all the same, it's good to have all of you here. Today, we are here in Sunyani and we want to talk about economics. We want to talk about economics. I will simply say that when we say economics, we're talking about what you do, what I do, what everyone else does in order to put food on the table. What you do, what I do, what everyone else does in order to put food on the table. As a teacher, at the end of every month, I'm paid. I'm paid because I work. Somebody is a trader, a farmer. We all do various things, and at the end of the day, we receive reward for what we do. So this is what happens. What you do, the value of what you do, the value of what I do, when we put it all together, we get what is called gross domestic product. Gross domestic product, GDP. I'm sure we've been hearing about that. So what you do, the value of what you do. So as a teacher, I teach every month, and government gives me something. Let us say government gives me 2,000 a month, and I work for 12 months. 12 times 2 is what? So 24,000 a year. That is supposed to be my contribution to GDP. When somebody is involved in maybe farming or carpentry, whatever, let's say a farmer, and the person is able to harvest 10 bags of maize, and a bag of maize is sold at 100 cedis. 100 times 10 is what? 10,000 is 1,000. So that person's contribution to GDP is what? 1,000. Now, I want to say that every economy, in order to find out whether or not it is doing well, we want to know what you do, what I do, what everyone else does, the situation about it. Are we progressing with what we are doing? Are we retrogressing? Are we stagnating? When you are retrogressing, it means that you are getting lower than you had in the previous year. So if, as a farmer, today, I'm able to, I get 10 bags of maize this year, and last year I had 20 bags, it means I'm out, declining. Say last year, me try bro 20. Now this year, me try 10. So if I'm an economy, I am not doing well. In other words, me try 20, and this year I'm able to get 20. What is happening to me? I am stagnating. But if me try 20, now I'm able to move it to 40, it means what? I'm growing. Now, so every economy, in order for us to know whether it is doing well or not, we look at the GDP. Okay? We look at what? The GDP. And so I've said that GDP is what? Money value of all goods and services produced in an economy. What you do, what I do, what everyone does, the money value of it in total put together gives us what? GDP. Now, there are two things about GDP that today I want to share with you. We use GDP as a best of all the economic indicators to measure the health of an economy. When an individual is sick and you go to the hospital, what happens? The doctor immediately wants to check what? Your temperature. Am I right? Yeah, the doctor checks your temperature to find out whether or not you are okay. Right. If the temperature is supposed to be 37 degrees Celsius, anything lower or above tells something about your health, isn't it? Yeah, much the same way, every economy, we want to use GDP and other economic indicators to measure the health of that particular economy. So, GDP, two things I want to discuss with you today because of time. I'm not going to stretch it so much. I'm going to look at two things of GDP for you to know whether or not Ghanaian economy today is what? Progressing, stagnating, or retrogressing. Economy no ne ye koyechi ye jina ho ana ye koyenim me di GDP nko na be kan wasam Your name bebrebe, your debt, your exchange rate, your so many indicators. I the economy but me see me the GDP. Ne ka GDP a adwuma wo ye ne bo, de me ye ne bo, ni nyina put together and the very day gross domestic product. Let me first of all begin with what we call per capita income. It's not per capita income, per capita income. What is per capita income? Per capita income is when the total GDP is divided by the people in the country. At the moment, we have about 34 million people in Ghana. So if our GDP is 78 billion US dollars, you divide it by the 34 million, everybody gets 2,200. Today, Ghana, our per capita income is what? 2,200. That's our per capita income. Now, the children say Ghana is sikani nyina se basa ye cha ne pepepa anko de adwuma wo ye de me ye ne de afemu no obi anya ye no se sikani kani nyina boma de friend gross domestic product no 78 billion US dollars. Na se nipa 34 no ye cha obi a chefa ye de 2,200. Now obi baka say na beda ne ya che ye nche Kwame despite na juma oye every hour onye sika bebre as a lecturer me de marketua e wosoro ti e form anya kura marketua anye carpenter na ketua anye but the thing is say ye kan ni nyina ye fa ne average so enya wo de kese no nko ne ye hwe na nya me so me de ketoa ne ye hwe ye kan ni nyina bom ti ye fa ne sanka ye nyina ye adwuma pa anka afimu ni nyina no this year afini bakwa we na nko bia chefa ede 2,200. That's our per capita income, and that's why we are a middle income country. For you to become a middle income country, the threshold is that per capita income should be what? At least $1,000. Sometimes they add 14 cedis, whatever, but at least $1,000. So Ghana, we were not a middle income country. Sometimes some people say that, oh, Ghana it's never true. Around the year 2000, per capita income was $320. So today, if it is 2,200, are we not moving forward? And in order for you to know whether or not per capita income means something, who doesn't want to go to US? If today I have told or we've gone to announce that somebody is here issuing visa to US, do you think this will be the number here? Everybody will want to go to US. You know why? US per capita income today is $85,000. Almost 86. US. Who wants to go to UK? UK is about 45,000. Italy, about 42,000. Japan, 48,000. Ghana, 2,200. But we are far better than Burkina Faso. We are far better than Niger. Okay? And so you see, Obiko Abrochina, the US, within a matter of time, or to talk us, not at the obesity. Because on average, you know, every year, Obia Chefa economy anywhere day, almost $86,000. It is our quaterna sabe we clean a crown within a matter of time. No one is scanner or the Babisi Abrosawa. Your Basuane ha, Bogus or mobile in the Omutimi because of economy per capita income day. A one and him. In Tigana, Tamana you're rolling say free so no. Now your per capita income and I'm 320. So what I say, the entire and your queen in part. You're Jonajukum for Beji economy now. Oya dear pa na you Rollins IABB your friend Vision 2020, and the vision was to make sure by the year 2020, beginning from 1st January 1996 to December 2020, Ghana was to become a middle income country. That was within 25 years, right? When John Ajokum Kufuor came and started putting things together, by the grace of God, when we rebased the economy from 2006 constant prices to 2013 constant prices, in the year 2010, we realized that Ghana became a middle income country in 2007. To 2007, na ebimu essay 25 years no. Adekum Akufo Addo'S 30 years less. Na Ghana be day. Middle income country. We are middle income country. Today, our per capita income has been growing. Sometimes people tell you, no, the economy is retrogressing. Omoba oma bese omano. Yekaso obi abese ya dia se ye jawade 5. Na se ye ba na se ade na ka 4. E chese wa dey. Wa se no. Ye jawo 5, ni ye ba na ye 5 a. E chese dey. The tia na tia se unfa bi nka ho. Ba ye jawo 5 na ko 6 a ye ka se I say, and this idea, those of you with phone, you can go online and Google per capita income. Come on, you John Dramani Mama or Obekono. Say Ghana, your GDP ni a check, that's your cassie a cha, and now me see you as 85,000 to be up as a corner. Satam na 1,900. 2016 per capita income was what? $1,900. Not PPP. Was per capita income now. Obama purchasing power parity. Nyano na meka PPP no nyano na meka. Meka in constant prices. We are Ubo said ebeba mienu. The ebeba 1,900 no. Eno na me kire wo no. Ti yewura John Dramani Mama free abanya no so na Ghana ye per capita income se ye ka senka afemu no nyina dwuma ya ye ne bo no ye che ne pepepa. No bi a che fa ye dey 1,900 and I say $2,226. $2,200, 1,900. There so. Please, are they right to say economy no? Obi abese because our per capita income has what? Gone up. Memma obi ena da say Ghanaian economy enya no credit. We are rather what moving forward because me person me call US na US omo per capita income no ye prekwan 86,000 UK there any nam 45 Japan mo any ade any nam 48 na me person me call ho na se Ghana ha obi aba now within 7 years, your team have $300. It means we are doing well. And so, Ghana, our situation today is better than it was in what? 2016. Now, there are many area discussions, no? There are many discussions, no? There are many discussions, no? There are friend growth. You can't say growth. So GDP na yakaye no. Are you growing? Are you growing? Are you stagnating? Are you progressing? And also yebenya afri sa GDP krona. U GDP no eko wani midika kan say obi kodo bro or a farmer or do bro afi wonya $10. Sa afra say wonya $20 and afi wonya $10. I just ni pakra dey. In the background, economy, the economy, a swati. Sir, on the other hand, a France, when you $10, now if you want $20, you are growing. Now, Ghana, from 1957, a fear economy, no, Anya, dear cry, I'm on home or cry in 1975. We recorded negative growth rate of over 12%, negative 12 point something. Net as economy now on home than cry. In fear me and some so economy no, Anya the crown in 1981, 82 and what? 83. Nina negative growth. Now since 1983, no, Ghanaian economy, we've never recorded negative growth rate. Indeed, when President Rawlings was exiting, the economy was growing at what? 3.7%. When Rawlings was exiting, the economy was what? Growing at what? 3.7%. When John Akufo picked it from 7%, he left it at what? 9%. Ghanaian economy grew at 9% in the year 2008 and happened to be the highest ever growth rate at the time. In the year 2011, we started oil production. The economy grew at 14%, and in history, that is the highest ever growth rate we have attained. Unfortunately, President Mahama became president. After 2011 growing at 14%, he became president, and the year 2013, the economy grew at 7.3%. We were all shouting, why are we falling? Yeah, we did so well in 2011 because of the oil. Yeah, but after that, we thought we were going to at least stagnate around 10% and move the economy forward. It never happened to us. We started declining. So 2013, the economy grew at 7.3%. And when we thought that was not good enough, the following year, 2014, we dropped to 2.8%. And then 2015, we dropped further to 2.1%. And so 2015 happened to be the lowest growth rate recorded since 1983. But then 2016, President Mahama did well. We moved a little bit up, and the economy grew at what? 3.4. Meaning, Rollins, the economy, no, say a nini ewo day. We have much chemumi and say chili ponson. The friend 3.7% no. Akufo before the 9%. 8 years, it went further down to 3.4. Say na mupesa muchire 3.4 ne na the nation. Eti yewura John Dramani Mahama na baby ya me politics. Ye pese ye bie Ghana for any more hu asay. Say yewura John Dramani Mahama na baby anaso ka say oja robust economy a we dem panifo mu nyina mu anima e tron wo die. E tron wo die kire say ade a obi di ama wo na mu ja na 3.7 na nye obi a be pagya ma akwa na na ode ma no enfie ngwatwo de akwa 3.4 a ya mo yensema yantimi na satam no munim de ma na ba satam na dumso enema say ensuo nto agricultural sector say dumso o won kran a so na o tiam efra ba bi a obeto ade Sunday anwumre ami Monday obekọ adwuma ope ba bi ato. Things were really very difficult for our economy. Nana Akufo Addo'S in economy no e sha say a grow yi 20 2.2 growth in economy no the management no yet che yewura John Dramani Mahama sana figures ne kire na me so na mete Ghana nyese bia me free ba bi na baaye na mete minim de minim de make pa na afiri oba ne nema anye yie the year 2000 and yes be the COVID baaye economic growth na nye kra we grew at 0.5%, but the following year 2021 we did very well. The growth rate inched up to 5.4%, and just as we thought we had recovered, another issue came. We've all heard what happened when Putin invaded Ukraine, and since then, global economy has never been the same. What really happened was that economy bia ba form, emma the growth na yenya 5.4, you started by 3.1. The year 2023, yes, Atiba from 2.9. Now, and it say this year, first quarter of the year, economy grow 4.7. Second quarter, yenya 6.9. Currently, no, the economy grow at what? 6.9. When President Mahama was hesitating, that economy grow. The last quarter growth for President Mahama was 4.1. Million 4.1 ni 6.9 they are so. 4.1 ni 6.9 they are so. Eti da me pass am kira ni say yewura John Dramani Mahama ba economy semu a no kwasam ene atinye bia ni hu say omomodene. Sa fia obeba na obeya de a yenim na ye mijina he de atwa mu ne ye de kasa de a free 1992 to date, you know. Omo di asu nyina no. Ye ka economic management ono na WhatsApp ono na ne records type figures no ewo ho figures don't lie. And some me can nyina omo hear me YouTube, omo hear me free baby. Just go to Bank of Ghana website. All these figures are there. I'm not the one who created these figures. And these figures are the true reflection of what happened then and what is happening now. On this note, I would like to say thank you very much as we welcome Godon. Yeah, Professor Bodi. Is it Professor Bodi that you are? Okay. I just wanted to keep to my time. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Dr. George Domfe. And a time into the Beno, a short kakaka. Dr. Bano, lecturer, Gempa, Pastor Bra, Evening Kumogaka. Round of applause for him, please. Look, Uber use slides. Okay. Picky.
And that is the exchange rate phenomena. So my task is very simple, is to explain why over the years, given under the Fourth Republic, we've not been able to have a stability in the exchange rate regime. The factors, the reasons, and what can be done or what is being done to make sure that we have a relative stable exchange rate regime. So we know that when we talk about the exchange rate, okay there. So yeka exchange rate once a month. Ye share a boa what the better American dollar back in plain language, you know, the rate at which $1 trades against the local currency. So basically that is the exchange rate regime. Na yeshe afi asena America dollar na ahoɔden against major currencies in the world akosrop ye pa na ade ba kwa BBC say in fact enye just the Ghana cedi mpo but offer the major currencies in the world, offer the euro, offer pound sterling, offer the yen, the yuan. These are all currencies ejina na asopano. The data never catch us by the beginning of the year, no. NASA currencies, you know, are depreciated, I think, almost by early this year, by within January to March, now depreciated almost about 2% against the US dollar. That is even talking about the major currencies in the world. Now, Adeba Akwa Mane Basane say, Abribia America buying no, obey say or increasing the policy rate, you know, na ama dollar na ho den kosro adentia. Say yeti say o pese okoye investment, o pese odu sika ko share eye bank investment bi mu a eye ensihu na ewo ho no sene ewo soro nti e na be ma odu sika eden akwa. Yes. Now Abribia America buying no and I said through the friend say Federal Reserve no obe increases our policy rate no ASR rate na banka aka wa America memu be hwe ho no mo ama ensihu no Abribia omo de sa policy rate no be kosro no na je say odu sika ko hye America buying instrument and say ni bond and I say T-bill, and say government of Ghana Treasury bill, the equivalent of the American one. Nature say Ubenyam fast so was Sweden debris. Now the back way Nimusun say America buying Omanya the most risk-free country in the world. Say old America buying at the Woka and Tessania are buying or a bibibemu at the Woka. Enti every year sa policy rate in America buying no be pejamuno. Nature say invest wise no. Ewia simu ni pe bia hu ni sese odi ni sika ekwohye America obenya emfaso ewo so. Na risk no nso eye more or less zero. Enti obia be pese odi ni sika be ko America man mu. Enti ekoba sa won mpa won sika hye Ghana ha no na opese wo yifi ha. No other ko America be mu ntina any time be America ma be increasing the policy rate no na akoma dollar na ho ode against the cedi no na eden e kosro pa. That is one of the reasons. Nti eno ne de edin kan na de me pese me ka bie mu ne se oba ye Ghana ha enioma emma eye cedi ne ahoode no de eye policy rate na me kan ne to nchen a America ban nkasa policy rate a eno ye external factor ne to nchen a ade ba ko a emma cedi ne ahoode ne dollar ne ntumi nyina ne se na me kan twam se Ghana ha ye ntwa dollar se nyina enim se ye ntwa dollar enti ye nya dollar every edwadi a ye die mu edwadi ne ba ko ne se ye cotton ye gold ye bauxite ye oil timber cocoa sikana ye nya fimu no se sikano ene eye foreign exchange aya na dodo na ye in American dollar ye de ba Central Bank Bank of Ghana se yensu ye hia se be kra ne o ma free abrochira sa dollar ni bi na Central Bank ne de ma commercial banks meka commercial banks say ADB Capital Bank ne ekeka ho individual private banks ni na we term them as commercial banks omudi dwa enye the emphasis so that is the general term in economics se sikana na ye Bank of Ghana no edema omo na yesu enye biye den efi ho enti abre bia ni padodo a e pese sike no dollar yi no edoso e chen dollar na ewo ho no na automatically bo na eden e kosoro eho na problem kese ne pawo na problem kese o mu free say entwhwemu adedi say sike ya meka se ni padodo na te se Ghana for per dollar no ba kwa ye hu ni say eya dodo na per dollar ne sese bio odikodi jaw but or per dollar ne say dollar na aba be a safe haven enti say na obi nim say owo dollar e hye ne mpaase ana owo dollar e wo nukotokuo ma ebi eni be bosomi ana se bosomi bienu no ebo ne be kosoro enti okosesa obenya faso bum eyeden e wo soro enti nipa bebre ne kopɛ dollar no necessarily say okodidwa ana ode kra ne o ma ba o manim but okipu as a form of what investment se na be ya daachi bia no price no kosoro no kosesa no wenya sika bum eden e wa akire na aiwe nso eye ade ba ko a e ma dollar no ahoode ne de bia na eden e so change eye cedi no enti eno na podcast in friend say eye the speculative aspect no na problem kase e wo ho ne say se ofa amanya etwitwa Ghana ho ehia se wofa within the sub-Saharan region Africa se wo for maybe this South Africa ne de ka ho a ade ba ko omo ye wo ho ne se ontumi nsore prekopo enka se bio o kosesa dollar anasa o koto den dollar na until recently mpono I think say August no nenka oko forex bureau se wo kosesa dollar ana se wo koto dollar nenka yenje ID card impo enti potoka se me obibi afre se track and trace sika na wo beto no fa na wo de ko eye sika wo di kodija ana se sika wo sesa na de kogu mpaase ana eye sika wo be sesa na wo de akoma abochi bia o te kona bia na eno any idea ba ko Ghana had enya until recently no emi say as a result of ABC your lecture say ya god emi so be bail me out no Central Bank na one of the recommendations ya sesia no say oko forex bureau say opese okoto dollar obe odo Ghana card beko opese okose sensika so a odo Ghana card eden ebeko Bank of Ghana no the software ba omo be capture with data nyina wo so na say odi enu to nchen a adie ba konso a yentumi nye ya edi enya e wo Ghana ha ne se oka amanya mabobodin na ontumi nsore se wo kosesa dollar Se ukuta dollar, ukuta pound sterling, ukuta euro. Na okosesa, it is considered as a form of what? Income. Enti se okosesa sika obetua to also. Na adia ba ko a ema eye Ghana ha, obia pese na adia oton omabuo ni in dollar ni says. Nipa ni mu se so oje dollar dia. Na okosesa sika na obenya mfaso bumu wo so nti yemfa ne so ebia obi ton atade ne 20 Ghana cedis. Oba ye waba mama na ebia mfa ne se $5 anase yemfa ne se eye $20. $20 no onim so okosesa ebia obenya 30 Ghana cedis because of exchange rate difference. Say o man dollar or better dollar no hotel 40 in dollar because onim say okosesa obenya fa so kakra we den e was so because of the exchange differentials. Na oko amanya etwa ye hu ehia na nya sa na omomo de enete te se omo bi se ukuta dollar na woko bank mponya forex bureau woko bank se woko $60 me am example me se obi cha me $200 and I me call FNB First National Bank se me kwa akosesa me bank ne ka che me plain say they take a fixed commission of the exchange into say $200 and at that time no na ye be say 3,000 rand bank no ebeje ne commission e was 3,000 rand no so and say be ye dwadidi ena me free say me kosesa na me nyamfaso bumu wo ha enam sa commission na bank na aginiti no sa mfaso bumu me ye dey me nya enti next time me twade no bi beba me dollar me ka che say papa he bank ne si ho no forex bureau ne so wa kona kosesa na first me grand ye den ebre me na no ne ade a ye nye wo Ghana ha ebie mo de bank ne to nchen a wo forex bureau say kosesa sika e ho de wutua VAT tax e wo so eni se wadwen ye wo say ade ne 200 Ghana cedis but obi ma dollar na kosesa benya 300 Ghana cedis do beje dollar o kosesa be to tax e bi kura wondie no nya 180 Ghana cedis no aye den wa boka enti obi be che dollar wo ye de onye enti mo amko Dubai no so ko do Dubai na che obi dollar be ka che se ko ne kosesa ne fa local currency ye den fa brand. That is one of the reasons na eno ne ade a ye ntumi enye ye because of politics. Na me de we your recommendation ABC ye dey ma say eye ade ba ko a e wo se den ye tumi ye na solve ye dollar issue no. Na me wie no na me ko eye enioma a baby aban ne enya ne dollar free no me say maka ho asem na de me pese me kaso so eye anamo a aban no etuo me say aban bako but aban we anamo a wo tuo ba ko ne say over the years no say over the years, no, your friend BB said, a trade balance. Now, trade balance, me didn't can't say, baby, ba kwa ye dollar do ne free no, yen your ma, ye defeat a Ghana memo equating aquacoton. Now, over the years, and to share the tire media guhoya, say, oh, share from 2014 to 2016. De biano, then your ma, ye defeat Ghana memo carbon, ten say ye aquacotono. Na ewo form sin do aye den ye kra edeba in 2014 ye nya de friend said trade deficit of 1.7%. In 2015 kra de nya 4.3%. And at 2016 so ye nya 4.2%. And e kra wo say sa bre no enioma na ye kra edeba Ghana memu no na eso chen enioma ye de ko ye free Ghana memu ye den ekoton na medin kaso a kra wo say se ubetumi anya dollar ibia eye wo nneoma dodo na wo de kwa abonte akoton no eho na unya sika no bi eden edifi eni se wo record trade deficit de a na ekire wo se eye wo dollar na de kakra wo hwa de aka no krampo no enso ba bia because sika dodo a wo de fi Ghana memu akakoto ade no eso chen de wo de ba na enyina anim se wo ko China o ko Turkey akofa nneoma o mfa Ghana cedi na be kwa akoyeden akoto wo de dollar na akoto. And it's a all recorded trade deficit there. Now, obviously, a tre will say, we see the amount in air coffin. And to usher the right hand side until 2017 till date. And the shall say you recorded a trade surplus. In terms of Dr. Donfe Eka Wansem, say usher a 2014 first quarter, you recorded a trade surplus of 11.8 billion Ghana cedis. And the second quarter, no, you recorded a trade surplus of 5.8 billion Ghana cedis. Over the years, you know, and your madodona yedifi Ghana memu eko abonteno edoso chen dodona eden ye kra edeba enti we see one of the enyoma echre se eto akoso te se ne ekoso no de a ebeduru baby seed no ebetumi enya de friend say some form of what stability na de etoso mienu nso eye cars a ye kra ba Ghana memu very very important. In fact, in 2022 cars in Kwa ye krabo Ghana memu no e cost ye $1.14 billion 2022. Cars are ye kradeba in 2022. Yeah. Until we hear data now, or say Ghana is the 97th largest importer of cars. The American dollar in Kwa you spending over $1 billion in 2022 near the cars buy. Now the money I rehearse I say me say Saka see a crowd bay. Emu oha entichemu edio kuno ni echire na ni nyina second hand cars including accident cars. Na osha enam sa sika dodo ya ye twitwire ede cars ede ba Ghana memunti no. Ene ma eye under one district one factories ye nyina be kaya car assembling plants. Initiative and Akufo Addo'S edeba no na ye to solve this problem. Enti se offer yen average car demand or Ghana ha cars do ye kraba Ghana memu afibia. Currently ye average car demand is about 120,000 vehicles. Now offer about 6 car assembling plants now. Omo what the capacity to produce more than 120,000. In fact, Kia alone at Amasaman can produce over 60,000 cars in a year. I want to talk about Toyota, Mitsubishi, and the rest. Now, the money you say, Sikeya mi bodino. Out of over 100,000 cars na ye kradebano, emu just 6,000 and then brand new cars. Now, out of these 6,000, no, na emu 4,700 a brand new cars ye Ghana here. Into 2,300 per any brand new cars ye crowded by extra say cars do one over there say almost 100,000 no a second hand cars accident cars ye cra edi free abrochiri buy. Into idea ba kwa ebetumi solve sa problem we are yen spending over 1 billion on importing cars alone a dear friend say credit scoring. Say offer on mine bit is South Africa, for example. Me use South Africa especially because South Africa your mine a be mine to say Ghana mine where be memory here. Now when South Africa started say omo ye assembling plants no who say ye car na and I say ye sie car na car mono no ye di si hwa and say wo call a assembling planter. You find say the average price of a car is around 40,000 USD, right? Now me no ti ha no mean say ye kasa be kind $40,000 nurse for where they mimi samu ye kasa ne betria $40,000 American dollars the equivalent in cities near ma car obetumi atua pacha obetumi untumi ntua meboa pesa waketua no enye sika say wo so wo save mpa one will be save for the rest of your life and sana wetumi raise that amount of money when you to look down on your salary including professors ye wa ha no musi Professor Buedi Bekachero. So okay say ye metua $40,000 and now me just say Professor Buedi benya $40,000 amane. Na me credit na me dem say a whole professor nyama na me am lecturer na me menya say sika no dia mam. Na eno ni problem in South Africa for sure say omo assemble cars no na omo hu ni say yes enya ni peking kran a enipa na nya de entumi meto cars no. Until recently say wo share ya car assembly plants for ne babonte be car say send ye nyoma ekon wan hwe bi mu kra so mbeto omo factory no ma sa akọ back fi say omo produce cars no right but Ghana phone to me den emeto fi say obi na obenya 40,000 30,000 $100,000 especially the SUVs no dey ababeto sa car no and no be my credit scoring very very important. Identity is very, very important. And this is not politics, but this is to tell you how policies and programs can transform the economy because it has been done in a place like South Africa. Into what South Africa did, and they say, Yenimusa untumi metues sikano emfa meto mefaka. Enti se wunya start ye adwuma pe, and I'm saying this on record. I'm saying because me anga sakra mi ko su ono, I was a target. Say me reason one your friend me say, this car is available for you. Come and let's discuss the payment terms. Enti wunya reason what say we ye adwuma na, all you need is what over there your friend your proof of address, and then will proof of banking details. Some you might be new pen over here. In the sense of Ghana ha, and your digital address system be out here. Then the second most important thing is banking details, because this year banking details, your Ghana card has been linked with your bank. And it's a nipa bako or bank accounts for hakra. Nini say yakwisi bensa an account neden. Eyenedia. Some woman you pen over here. Unya de kwa. The other friend say garages or more friend garages. Unya de kope car no wa kwa no akochisu de ope na aka just be a car we 400,000 rands osi okay based on market tua me je na bia me professor bosumi bi etua me 40,000 rands into mode monte me bosumi bia 5,000 for the next 6 years eno anu no minua na me papa no unkotua 100,000 Ghana cedis into whole unya yes arrangement we the key na ma what to car uko fi. Say ye to me the bibi say ba any nurse ni wote ha. Say ye assembly car na o kwa wo do pay slip any proof of address system kwa. And once ye the car na so based on what ketu ya wodin e bia bosum ye betumi ato 1,000 Ghana cedis for 6 years. Enti car we na bia ye free say eye saloon car na obetumi ye den atua enti drive nefa ko. Eno ano no unko 1,000 Ghana cedis po enye ento. And this is what has been done in places like South Africa. If you call a place like South Africa where bibi memi ha, there is no dumping of used cars there. Ube who say most cars amount for brand new cars because of good credit system omo operate wo hono. It's very, very important. Now the tosu mienu enso ye agricultural products. Say offer eye Ghana memi ha. In 2022, agricultural products and quite spending $2.6 billion. And to offer a yesika yako IMF almost some of the na $3 billion. Se oka sika yadekra agricultural products any yadekra second-hand cars bagana and quite over $3 billion. In fact, it's about $3.6 billion. And such the IMF for some more than my. But says Sika, yes, our Ghana ha near the top and Yoma at the Bagana. It is a washer agricultural products. Near a din kind a woman out of the 2.6 billion, a more. The Atosumiano a wheat. Dear Yadea a pan on brodo. Now, wheat, dear, because of climatic reasons, into no. Yen to me niado do na wa ha intenu de entiasium na de etoso miensa eye chicken products emo wheat and a chicken products poultry and on nyoma miensa edi over close to 2.6 billion afibia wa Ghana ha no musi na medin ka cho say sika we $2.6 billion no yen twa dollar wa Ghana ha o enti wo sidi na wo wa ha no. And I was son now the American dollar $2.6 billion. Afibia not with the Accra, Yamadie. And a more abagana ha. Into a nuntina will see the now one day and to me and answer that. Now say you bet to me as solve what's our problem where they are. Now I was say agriculture and so no you to me to an amount pa ever home. And this me mount a mono statistics are say Osha. In 2021, na emoa ye kraba Ghana memu 805,000 metric tons in 2021. Ena me no kase ene. Atumi atia ba foma ba bedru 440,000 metric, and this is 2023 data. And they say currently they say for a rice sufficiency almost about 51 to 49. And to offer a more bag or high do Ghana mem here. Emu be say aduonu baako pe ene kradeba. Emu aduanan kono de efi Ghana mem here. But previously na entesa. In fact, say wo hwe data na obeka to say rice imports no aba from ohanchechemu aduanan num achiripo eduasa enan 45.34%. And it's where see a policy say aban no to me koso aye ni ye na ebedrum rebi na for every 100 bags aye kra no emu be yes 20 per any fra broche but 80 ni de if Ghana mem here sa 2.6 billion na me kan no enu see sika ebeka Ghana me ha na yetumi aye sa no na be ma sidi no ahoden atumi aye den agina ne na so na ade ba akoso a etoso biemu no eye trade in gold. Oh, se medin kaka say yete Ghana ha no ye nyoma dodo na ye kraba ne yesesa sidi ne kwa American dollar ene ye de kra ene ye de ba na ewiase so until recently let me say the economists Sectoral ku kese ba ko wiase omo ye nhwehwemu bi de aba betu dwa say ayese ewiase nyina man bebre na hu say America dollar no aba be ye weapon a edi amanyenya nti amai bebre na ahyase se omo pese omo didwa e wo gold mu de na pese me kire se me beto ade e wo adwaman so a na se ade ne $2,000 a mitumi se me wo gold na me de mo currently I think say gold is trading around $2,600 per ounce me boa de se me kuta gold na me de ma wa enipa no egi gold no as a medium of exchange se de okuta dollar na pepepe. Enti ade ba akoso a eye Ghana ban so ebehu ye ne say from Kwame Nkrumah breso 1957 until 2016 na yen gold reserves aye wo nyina ye 8.7 metric tons ohanchichemu enwotwe achiri ponsom in metric tons no na 8.7 metric tons ena aban implement bibi a friend say gold purchase program enti ena me no ka say from 8.7 metric tons in 2016, no, your current gold reserves no ababedu 65.4 metric tons, the equivalent of over 5 billion USD. Now say ye to me I intensify our program we are near extra one say Oba Ghana ha you see your current gold reserves are your one proven gold reserves no over $10 trillion. And they say you bet to me I empower Ghanaians. No more engaging in responsible mining. And responsible mining is underlined. See, bet me empower Ghanaians. No more engaging in responsible mining there. Next, Ghana for bet me to sell gold na. Na I buy the city out to gold nephew or munsem. Na I buy the sell gold near beton edijadia. Na in a way, no, we are bypassing the dollar as a medium of exchange. And also able to me ama yen the stability. And having a responsible mind and say ye to galamsey aseno and yet the only problem I hope solve but at the same time no obesa solve exchange rate what regime and also a idea baako a say abani betumi akoso so say na watu anomon over the years no from 2021 ababesi no intensify the gold purchasing program and so and also your idea going into the future no a bet to me ama sidinu enya some form of what stability to when in your makakra and me say and me ane de maybe bosso for the sake of time madam say
Dr. Bano doc pacho yanko rice na me hwade rice me who figures was very interesting. Aha. What's the local rice cultivation does not meet local demand. And Ghana has a total of 125,000 hectares. Rice is imported to augment local rice. Now, local rice cultivation does not meet local demand. Then the street question is, are there no more ediamo? Almost a yento.
You. Brotokas may frame be taste.
Taste. Okay.
In fact, in economics, taste is very critical.
Yes,
Katamasude. In fact, maybe na me chade na me bisa me class man or morning say maybe some so sa enwi ya yeshi. Na me some so say ma mo te bibre na ahye nwom so say an na so na munya fiom so ebi mo bo turkey ebi mo bo okro me re fifi bi me say ma na betumi akai.
Human hair.
Yes. Na me class Inti ye fane se enenka ye besi factory ewo Ghana ha. Na factory no aye se nwiye bia. Kamo be sha na hwana wane say ebeye the same quality as the Turkish one there.
Okay.
Say enye sa de na we are sorry. On say enipa udru level bia on say te sentade ya. Obehu bi ni atro Prada. Ni atro Hugo Boss. Prada ni Hugo Boss atade no Gordon. Enye different from the Shemiyo. But the fact say Prada bomunintino. Obebetumi akan over 5,000 Ghana cedis. Akota atade a Prada ebomu keke. Sa atade na ebia nka akọ kantamanto obetumi nya the same design. But Prada momuntino ko de bani pa no 500 Ghana cedis ra on top.
Okay.
And when you friend say taste. Enti yen Ghana for no, you be develop a strong taste for eye basmati ene eye the other one no, jasmine rice. Enti me aminche enfonyi bi nche te say o man bi te South Africa bi m. Omo wo mu bi e friend say tastic. Na ma di tastic dance we di tastic da. Me de ho na metena ko sunti ameka. Ewiase nyina me ni mo enye de te say tastic ne da. But se ura eye omu supermarket a se ubehu se obi to jasmine and basmati a automatically tells us say nipa no oye foreigner. The typical average South African, no matter what, will buy more tastic rice no. Now tastic rice no, a kilo less than 100 rand. If I say 100 rand, any pricing rate na kore nimu kra less than 90 Ghana cedis, and that's approximately 90 Ghana cedis for 5 kilos. Now, sa basmati rice here make us with the imported one, no, just 1 kilo kra over 60 rands. Entino, sa taste na ye Ghana for ye work for basmati and jasmine rice. No, the actually say for every bag of jasmine or basmati rice you are creating jobs for people in Vietnam and China. It's almost where the air door. Na se o create jobs mo dia na se Ghana ni no wo sika so di hye kuaye mu no ku nua Ghana ni no se odua mo na o nto because wo say wo techrema so no eye jasmine basmati na atto techrema so enti eho na problem no ewo. All right, but your first like say my Dr. Frank Bano. So I think it's all about branding, packaging and other things, but ABS here shake it about no so ye. Professor Boadi Yanum ye de. Yanum ye de. Prof, but also sorry the back as a meeting. I was for Bachelor Fast like I say, my Professor Isaac Boadi of UPSC. Now when you need a Kumaka. Yes, a dance already in your check credit the best man. Now you trust crack. We are already a year media engagement, more cacano painting or more most than any virus in Nano. At me. Prof Patrol for you too.
Good afternoon. I said Ghana and Kwana Jamaica. No abu say Juma. Juma. All right. Me have made that celebrate. And bringing tea, a burning kakra. And then what's insane be about the economy? Then I'll tell you from the beginning. Economic growth. What's the GDP? And I'll tell you then view. Exchange rate. And a debut. Yeah, exams, And a debut. Trade deficit, exchange rate, gold reserves. Bebre. Question me be say, sa resources na se phone ni na ewo hefa. Ewo asase. Gold ewo he. Asase. Oil. Bauxite. And then view. Ghana and Yamia then view. Manganese. Timber. Sanyama nyina wo asase. We are rich as a country. You better than you identify sanyama na wo asase no. Question being. Answer there saying. Manpower development. Say adwen no ye developing ye na etime ko hu nyoma e wasase ase na etime push the GDP a push inflation a push gold reserves as if nyina no here manpower development through education. Now, I say, abain bae no, ne botan kasane se obe develop the capacity, the manpower, the brains. Na etimi akwasa asena se, etimi achire baby asa no ban na se fo nyina no, ewo. Na many abofra bi hia na abofra no na opeja na owo awofo na owo enna. Na a year after owie school, a year JSS, ena awofo no maame ne papa ne abofra ba ko ka no ho no, omnyina fimo. Na akakola ne nko a. Obede no wako school. Ene oye engineer. Through education, investment in education. Enti yepese tramfoni kakra efa aban sika odi akose education na ama 2024 yukwakoto aba wahwe sika aban ne komu se eye ana enye na udi ejina so edi ato aba enu se yesa nchechre won say your presentation se nyina no ye ka no twi kasa oti ase obi sas questions so you be ma kan se ne obeti ase obeka igbe obeka fante obeka bibia ye ma kwan ma o kan se ne a o ho beto ope professor a ye beka ma e church ma ide asi eni so ayeye yanko back to education. Now over the years ye have a few discussions kakra say ye kwakoto abai from 2017 to 2024 abai ba so no afi in December ye kwakoye election bisa ho say akonta ban na ye man pani obebu ama yen ewo education ho enti ebe education ankasa ne aba free education financing education. Now, obashe aban a commitment I a education. Yes, sir, for the 7 years in Yunano, it's around averagely 7%. 4% over the years. Obeso or maimu. Now, Oshe government of Ghana allocation of payment to education teachers. Yankaso Tia Kanyunano. It's around 67.7 averagely. A share commitment on minor and a buying wire in that area. A full share donor funding, a crime of faso, and yes, to education, Kasahua. Yes, sir, 2017, no, about 3.5. They say 2024, above from. Say donor funding, a humie etikakra, a chesa who are buying also pesika. Now this shall now pay your education over the period. Now, OSHA funding mechanisms are bebrina fee international, domestic about 96%. ASK aban FFI or my pager education and kasa. Emo 4% per any fee outside. Now, over in education, so the free education or started in 2017. Now, any problem started about 800,000. Currently, this is a picture before we go into the numbers. Currently, it's about 1.4 over in 2024. Now, over how much government did they share the free education sector? Last report, a 9.9 billion Ghana cedi. I'm not buying their share. I benefit over 5.7 young people in this area. Now, say for education, be say who say. Abayne sikasem ne government education budget against our GDP in yakan wasem into 2020. Yen say internationally your benchmark. Yen yakan say a GDP, gross domestic product, a 6.9, yajitum. A benchmark. Oko wanim na a international organization like UNESCO actually say education budget biano. I will say a year between 4 to 6%. Ghana over the years from 2017 on my aban bedi so yi akosra with the same range now which is highway so who say akọ from 4 point something about from be a 4 a be akọ 3 a be akọ 4 a will bracket over the period a share commitment in terms of education of our government. Now we share education budget as a percentage of our government of Ghana expenditure. I will say yet 15 to 20%. But over the period, Aben Apejano in education sector getting the same mark over the period. A share ahodian or mine are buying their shame. Now bisa say on mine of Fesika wahin and or the year Juma. Aban yesika wahin or the year sa education budget. Onyabi efi government of Ghana expenditure home about 67.7% in the fiscal area hoba. I feel about 6% a ABFA extra oil revenue resource in yano onya sika kakra so the fee ho at the finance education. Now OSHA get fund also my about 10.2% over into education. Now about donor and so kakra because abane born home modern apeja that sector very well. Afe yenhwe yahuni nyina wie no yenhwe the free education interventions are about over the years. Remember yenya ye peja kakra no yehu say years ago for the past 3 decades yehu aban bia modern bo awabo afa education ho, especially secondary school education. Let's give some credit to our past government. Niensha impact almost nyaye ema omai ye school sem. Ye will be by a Northern Scholarship Program. Obekai. Ye nyano e school on off. Na omokoni free. Be by a can say ye friend no Cocoa Ball Scholarship and Bursary. Ye bekaya. Now who school no one ya bursary kakra from Ghana Cocoa Board. The same say Eohan anyhow. Kakao. Okay, I'm say feel. Now, you be secondary school education improvement project. And also by and a construction of community day school, SHS. And also by and I rolling out a professional learning community. And also by Yebekai model SHS program. And also by and you progressively free SHS. And for the buy NDC. Nanka I was almost spending about 400 Ghana cedi or so on every child. But they were spending about 38 Ghana cedi on every child for this program. Interventions when you now buy, the crack is saying, and some free SHS in EBA. So it is good to give you a picture of several interventions that are in Ghana. Near that to your policy, you come to say. Now, over the period, enrollment echoes so, but uncost to send yehu and nedi. Yehu say enrollment GS, TVET, technical vocational skills, and so kakra, improvement kakra koso. Now, improve yehu here with this, all these interventions, cannot be compared to this current investment in the free SHS. Now, they be an yesa action and so say. You can't say policy where you can't only one free SHS. But 4 major interventions are buying at the buy. One, a free SHS. Now, I may come where we say on social media, a parent will say, oh, me ban or free SHS. I feel no because secondary school. And I say, oh, mommy, on difference, Nasi. So free SHS, no secondary school. Aha. Now, interventions, Bako a capitation grants. A 4 second SHS, the TVET, and a capitation grants. And a somewhat feeding ground for special schools. And a better you sign Ghana school feeding programs. You be sika akoshe sanyo education financing as far as SHS is concerned. Ye pahon tmatambe. in September 2017. The bottom na what aban when is say okay or say to lift financial burden off parents and heart-rending anxiety that accompanies the beginning of every school term. Ya for na se omo first number omba ko school a na ayam hihie na yesu yeniska be be ko first ka ba na yeden. That was the policy, the intention. Now policy not so about expanding or improving the education sector. We are also about several cost components in the prospectus. First one, admission fee. I say, I be so about befa and on na one train ni obefa no. Also, obefa policy BMBM. Maintenance fee, school uniforms, house dress, school clothes, PE kits, medical examinations, supplementary reader, general stationery, vehicle maintenance, building maintenance, and sports fees. Minya, policy adia of wafa enyina no. To the say akwala no bed dress it. No washe na atade. No afa ne bag. No de coach to school ho. No osua de. Yenyanim bi ko ye wasi exams. Ubekai. Awofo why na friend say on first sika fam rametua fees ewo. Akwala no wie no ofa ne bag ne trunk. E na ne papa ko fa no. E no ba fie free. Ubekai time and near kotua admissions fee or bank. Na wakodi kimu. Na ye boche de. Na o ko na oba. Yera asante hene eko kan wo Cape Coast. Or say one of the audacious interventions in our country today, the 4th of February, is this policy. Now, young side interventions in our you know. Young share near a see emra policy whereby. And someone crow for a kafa sa policy home. Young mobinum di baushas idea. Yes, the first one. Ebinu se policy we there. Say no maka ho. Impossible dream. Hey, dream we there enye yeda. Your free education on the whimsical promises of a desperate politicians. Owie no. Yerana on the November 23rd, 2012, Yera Lee Okran, then Minister of Education, said the policy will collapse Ghana educational system. Yenyanwe, enye nom ye robotic, omko wini award no. You refi? Good. Yera President Mahama, echo UCC. Also, free SHS by NDC a political thing. Gimmick. Gimmick chasing. HSA. Scam. Nada. Ye can't chinia TSE. Bono ye can't say bono mente. Nada. Good. You're a former president can echo count taka unity work. Also, free SHS is unwise to implement it. Nyanse bieni. So be confess adu aba. Ye say ye to abai ye nada kakra ye da fifom ye de ko. Say ye nuanu ye mfa nada enkoto aba biem. Enu nta ye so ye ba. Na ne asi nyina ne e wo se ye hye ne nso. Na oso hu bi. Na okojina abato oso koto aba. wohu ekwan a obefa so obeto aba Yera Mahama 2017 eden okai ose policy lala sulala policy former president on say free education is not working na yenya li okran or say a possible only after how many years 20 years time and as our policy way enti gold ni minu na wasase asene ye behu akutua age 20 years as say training crop for ansa na ko hu saa niema na wasase ase Addo'S bebre and some kai Obekai advert running about 47 adverts and the course against this policy. Yera Joshua Kamba or say it is a shambolic education system. It's not good. Ye kani na ma hu say and this will be kasa free education ono no de buy ya. Minya no kwara na wo ho a. Ne omodi kan akadada any near or say a diano in some way back cow and rock to aba. A very simple discussion. A higher politics. A higher man your ma as near cow, you are near queer baby. A fiancé the free education interventions are buying. Effects are above say. Since inception in 2017-2018, enrollment across through saying 800 and they say from that figure I call 1.4 million enrollment as at this academic year. Yahoo in 2021-22 academic year, government extended free education policy to cover which people? TVET, the technical vocational yasande mobom. Yahoo say enrollment across through now. And ye who said, ye the new be asamba be kaho over the period. Afeyemra sika enrollment statistics. Ocean ye action wahaya from 2019 to 2020 academic year. Ye will be total enrollment and ye will be total enrolled. A chese say ye place total placed. Say, you don't go to school, Bima. Are you different from Nkwala ye enrollium? Until 2019-2020, na any part ye place you na ye 424,000. Emo hin the school no. Emo 362,000 and the Timmy call school. Until ni parliament me place so you're saying almost 62,000. In percentage terms, a year 15% and the anti-me income. Yes, the projection. Now in 2020-2021, you place in Kuala 497,000 plus. Emwa hena a call school. Ekona nimana. Se ekona nimpa na percent in a sote. And the percent in ba 11%. Any year 2021-2022 academic year, a society bar form a call 15%, and so I call Sukakra. But as at 2022-23, yen far 24 dear my in year. Not percent abasing. A chessing. Ni pay co school. And if I so co school no, not expense, not you be not expenses no, a cost. And it's saying na bind the comb. That is a commitment from a reliable, someone who has a future for the country. No better me I said the way. Yeah, here's the allocation budget. Yeah, allocating resources. Ebi okasa oba busu memana ko senior high. Me the 10,000 eto and no 10,000 of the man eson ye. Yeah, here's the na abane de toho. Emma free education. From 2017, or discussing and an toho. million. 400 million. Then over all the way to 2023, allocation are called almost about 2.9 or so in billion cities. Sika na a allocation na a call from 400,000 million all the way to 2 point something in terms of allocations. Now, okay, sad we are. Say you allocate resources to her. And was say any person or yeah finance or take a nyuma biasika kana. And was so yeah adjustment with inflation. Say inflation no. I was say me kote fiscal na me hu the actual sika me de kwa koshim. Ye your presentations no yetimi de share. Ye usadi ye kan wa ha me nya de ode buy opa ye de ma no one kasa akotena ase. Se won hu ni ha yi a wotena ase wetuma hwe sa figures nyina na boa. Yes, we are extra an increment, the nominal times about 639. Oh, yeah, adjustment in we are. There's an increase, it's about 443% in terms of Sika allocations in ACOM. I feel what we know, there's one thing to allocate and there's one thing to spend. Sika sign and are buying so at the share from 2017 all the way to 2021. You can say, oh yeah, allocation saying first one, 400. Abandoned spending 480. That was the first time you implemented policy way. Into a hoarding it was celebrated. Into the more than Saisicano and educo shame. A finish corner year, 2018. Now abandoned the 1.13 million nakoshim. Ahodi ankasa. I increased it from that time until COVID 2019. We expect there was an increase in terms of enrollment. But at that time, because ne COVID time and to me and cost was echo. But 2021, I call 1 point something in terms of actual commitment. Now you will be a friend of free SHSE. The execution rate, HSN, your budget, and na your TV actual, now one difference I was enka amount, no one execution rate, HSN, sika sign na hoarding ben sign or timidi echo ras adinum. Obesha, na execution rate a year here 120%. I just said, wako amana broso first the inception period to 120%. I feel within the same period, Osha differences na eba acquire to onye below 70 in terms of actual budget and actual. What the kabuma are ordained by this administration is so important. Now, Oba capitation grant, you can phrase this. You share capitation grant, and yet a buy way no the capitation a buy no quarrel there. I think 2015, go for time. Good. Wamano a new face over the period. A buying car a capitation grant mo. Share budget, share actual, share execution rate of the government. A BNY na a core below even 40% over the period. A share not only free education, but capitation po a hoarding by this end government and was really. I feel bad be to say grants to special schools. Yen you anma sabi omadi dem na se for. Nanka ye ye near fiso. Years ago, na yen kai yen you anumpo. But a buying grants a call yen you anumadi dem. A pageant share execution rate. A bit more than 100% over the period. A share commitment not only in SHS, but rather capitation grants, the special school grants. Now, you free big capes. A bank has said free SHS and offer enrollment in Kwa obe expand the infrastructures. Finance and Akusi saying is almost over the period for your basic education with free SHS akonanim bebre. Na sansem nyina ne ka ye bone tofa se uwo abofra na obi na betnye na mawa na oye eja papa na onye eja papa. Na last time we can winiba say education ministry no ade a onfa moma amwa yin bebre senka on betre say eja awofo afi oba na oba fie no sa bill we na ose oba na obetua e was say oba na ikofia ye beza ye accountant otimi printi wo statement e chere say anka obetua about 3,000 to the school for your education. But because of free education, sa bill ye di ma if akoma papa no ma me say ye di acha free inti umetua says can and ke beti the free education policy no as ye ya anya sa ma yen inti e phone say e sa neti encourage almost anko back na ye nuanu sika ye tua abani tua ma nyina ye free no ye print certificate and answer report e che say obani ba school 3 years ni sika na osinka wo utua ma abani because of policy wenti ye de achew wo se fan free ye ya ye beti ase. Asama ya can say yen kase yako 100% yen ho atoyen en kware ne mo se wo ba wa na wo so ye den otete no yen fa oba wa wo no nkomo obi se on tete no. It is a free education ya SHS say aba we no wo no dia ene ne ono ne wo no no e wo se saa ne de ma no na ohwe akwala no ne amaye ye kasa ne say over the years ye de nyoma bi ma aban bi say onhwe ne man ekosi say menka obiana sada Northern Development Plan. And on by no me any day. Sada. Sada ene away. National Health Insurance. A increase at the point in time. I mean, say it was almost 2009, 2016. Now it was 12.5. Yede ma omono a tiba for enrollment to 11 point something. Aban sabe fa na ade no. To say it was 17.5 or so. Enrollment. Enti owo ba me fa mo bi so hwe no. Yen hwe omo de bibi to say capitation, insurance capitation. E bye. Enti almost at the point kaya collapse the scheme. Yewura Akufo Addo'S edi bibi eba yem say yewura John Akufo Addo'S ekosi say Metro Mass obekai yen wakra na yekai o. It was a baby and a just a baby no eso bi nhwe so man. And then Metro Mass ekosi say ka no po hu we ohun bi mana me ka na okoto aba wo hu se na obeto no ye school feeding na obu nkotoje ye jama no obu nkotoje and school feeding ye hu ska akoshem menya enya politics ne ebe kan se sɛ woba ma nea ɔwɔ akwalaa no ɔno ara nhwɛ akwalaa no yɛwie.
Yem say Prophet Trinity, I was say, Woba, the work around him online there, wanted to know. Another round of applause for him. And he said, the main call homeboy, Dr. Emmanuel Upokumafo, lecturer, Department of Entrepreneurship and Business Sciences, University of Energy and Natural Resources. Pashaman Akwaba.
Thank you. I thank organizers for organizing this program to educate ourselves, and that we also been able to get messages to tell our people. I double as a regional financial secretary at Ahafu region, and that I'll do my best to explain certain policy and program that our party is also leveraging on to win votes. So that if you get the opportunity to speak on any radio or any discussion, you can explain yourself to the people. I'll do my best to make up for the tree and everything. Thank you. Topic before Kenny na nema yaban ehim kenapa de aba ama aboayen na eno so de dwie ho ema ye ho yakono so de bi nipa beto aba e de amayen. Na kakra me de besoso no is on a program that is the domestic gold purchase program, which our party advised through the central bank to have it help solve our problems that we are all facing. Say Ghana and in Nigeria, and can oil and chain Nigeria. Time on Nigeria, etu oil, na discover bikra. And so when the economic crisis hit the whole world, the COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war, they all went into darkness, no fuel to power their energy. And they were also being in lines. Everybody who saw Mukita gallons, no more nam, no more per fuel at all. Ghana, Yahubi. Almighty South Africa was in doomsday in recent time. Ghana, Yahubi. Na enye se ye de 3 year anase bibi keke e de CNT a ma ye de yehu sa ne ma no. Adwen kese ene hwehwe bia na yen wura His